Hey guys, what's up? Happy Friday. What's going on? What is going on? Well, like I said yesterday, I did wanted to do a show. And so here we are. Let's see. Making sure everything is starting. YouTube's fine. Okay, and Odyssey. Yes, we are live on Odyssey and YouTube. So I've already know a couple stuff that's already started. It's been happening, and one of the things, that I wanted to talk about was indeed the Crunchyroll, the whole Crunchyroll not being a SAG, not accepting SAG-AFTRA payment and all that stuff. Pretty much a bunch of people, bunch of LA union members complaining that Texas, a right to work state, is not does not support SAG-AFTRA. Pretty stupid. Because this sort of thing has been chatted about before. And it just, there's a reason why it's located in the right to work state. But once again, people be bitching about it. So we got an article here from Bounding Into Comics. You know, originally I was just going to make a little video about it, but I figured just do an encompassing live stream for this past week. So we'll hop right into it. So Crunchyroll confirms plan to recast Mob Psycho 100 English dub leader. Former VA claims his decision based on his request for SAG after a union contract. So in a particular shocking development with just a few weeks left until the October 5th simulcast, which I didn't realize they were still doing simulcast premiere of the series' new season, Crunchyroll has announced that they will be replacing English voice actor Kyle McCarley as the this word. The most horrible thing happened. Eponymous lead of Mob Psycho 100. I remember looking up this word before because it threw me off. Because you learn new things every day. Eponymous. Okay, I said it right. Yay! Sweet. This news was first broken by McCarley himself, who in a September 20th upload to his YouTube channel titled A Message to the Fans of Mob Psycho 100 informed fans that he had been let go from his role as Shigeo Mob Kageyama due to Crunchyroll's alleged refusal to produce the show on a SAG-AFTRA Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists contract, which I'm confused about because if this is the third season, so you're telling me it says new season. Some reason I thought it was the third season. I'm not sure though. But the fact of the matter is that there was apparently a season before, but now all of a sudden, now you're butthurt and now you want to have a SAG-AFTRA contract. So I want to put this little note in here to be very, very clear. It's not about the money. Bam! Dude, X to fucking doubt on that, Kyle. I guarantee you it's all about the money. Guarantee it is about the money. And if you have to start off by saying that it's not about the money, that for me that raises red flags because a lot of times it is about the money. So he added in clarification, Crunchyroll was prepared to pay me at least what I would be getting on a union scale contract, possibly more. They just don't want to put it on a union contract. Then what are you fucking bitching about? You're literally gonna get paid the same as it was, but it's not on a union contract. Then what the fuck are you bitching about? Though McCarley noted, and I did watch the video. I'm not gonna watch it again because I don't give a shit. Though McCarley noted that his stipulation would normally be the end of the conversation for me, and that Crunchyroll has historically been very, very hesitant to take anything they produce onto a SAG after a contract because they're in a right to work state. How hard is it for you to understand that? There's a reason why the original CEO of Funimation moved down here to Texas. Because if he was cool with unions, would have gone to LA, but nope. The voice actor explained that he did not immediately walk away from the role because he believed his position as the lead of the highly popular anime series presented him with an opportunity to change that. Oh my gosh. So you're bitching. So you're using once again a position of power, apparently. And for the record, I had no idea who this guy was. So regardless of whether it's a highly popular anime series, that doesn't mean that the voice actors have a specific type of power to make an influence. Just putting it out there. But this is what these kind of people get in their head. That because the anime is successful, it means that they're successful as well, which may not entirely be the case. This is the first time I've ever heard of this guy. However, it seems this change was not meant to be, as though McCarley recalled that he went back to Crunchyroll with the offer that I would agree to work on this session or this season of the show, non-union, on the condition that they agree to sit down and meet with SAG-AFTRA representatives for the purpose of negotiating potential contract for them to use on future productions. So I believe Eric talked about this on Nick's show, and people have already there's already been talk of SAG-AFTRA before this. In fact, a lot of Dallas people brought it up a while back. So this whole idea of Funimation, at least now it's Crunchyroll, unions are useless as Chaos Smash. Pretty much all the people from unions that I've ever seen, like back in Illinois, is when there was construction crew happening, for example. There was literally union people protesting as like the contractors were working, bitching about how they should have been the ones gotten the job, but they're getting paid to just sit there and protest. Where were we? This show, non-union, on the condition that they agree to sit down and meet with the representatives for the purpose of negotiating a potential contract for them to use on future productions. The company ultimately rejected his offer. Because again, this is a right to work state. Keep your Cali shit to yourselves because it's already a place of fucking dumpster fire. McCarley would further expound on the topic on Twitter, taking to his personal account that same morning to speak to his belief in the importance of unions. Oh, yes, please teach me. Teach me about the importance of unions. So unions protect the workers. They represent chiefly by giving them collective bargaining power. Well, that just seems completely wrong. So you can, and the way you woke douchebags run, giving you more power would be absolutely terrible. Not to mention, and I made a tweet about this already. I've said it before and I'll say it again. At the end, who do you want to be in control and continue the gatekeeping? Union people or non-union people? They're all clowns in the end. They're all a bunch of backstabbers, and they're a bunch of power-hungry, ego, insanity people. The Ukraine and rainbow flags are are red flags. Yeah, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt by not looking at that. But my huge red flag was, I believe, in the beginning where he said this. I just want to put this little note here. To be very, very clear, it's not about the money. And my bullshit meter went off immediately because it is about the money. Because I forgot the blue check mark. Let's see. So collective bargaining power, meaning that instead of negotiating the terms of your employment individually one-on-one, the union negotiates baseline minimums for everyone all at once. Oh, what's wrong? If you're so damn good, this is what I don't get. These people think they're so damn good. That would actually mean that you would have more power of going, well, if you want me, my rates are actually this, and then you can negotiate from there. So whatever. This generally leads to better terms for all workers. You don't care about the other workers. Fuck off. Because as a collective, you have sway in these negotiations. Some commie gobbledygook that he's talking about here. He continued, how much you get paid, how long your hours are, how hard those hours are, how often you get breaks or time off, what safety precautions are taken. Now, I do know that voice, obviously, since you're working with your voice, and if there's a lot of screaming involved, that does take a toll on your voice. But this should be coming as no surprise now to anyone who wants to be in the voice acting industry or is learning how, like, what all is included in there. Take good care of your voice. Like, that's just going to be a given. And there's people out there who actually can train you and teach you how to regulate your voice so you don't damage it. That's literally, like, singers do this all the time. The massive amount of narcissism from these actors. Yeah, I know. But understand as well that they're going to be using they're going to be trying to make the excuse of, because I kind of skimmed over this. He's going to make the excuse that this is not just for me, it's for other actors. But I feel like a lot of these actors are already union based to begin with. So just one example of how SAG-AFTRA helps voiceover performers specifically is by negotiating terms that protect us from vocal stressful work. See? Already told you, said McCarley. We often have to do a lot of screaming and shouting on the job, but our contracts ensure it's never for too long a time. How about you just get good and train your voice to know what your limits are? I mean, that's what I was told when I took the classes to learn to take the steps of trying to become a voice actor. They'll usually do the screams at the end of the session. You know, they'll tell you to take scene classes and stuff to control your voice and to not damage it and stuff. Our unions also go to great lengths to educate both us and our employers on the dangers of vocal stress work. Aside from damaging your voice, please tell me what else the other damages are. I know you can get vocaloids. I know that. But again, that's you not being able to control your voice the right way. He praised. And there are plenty of other benefits, but the big ones I want to point out are the health insurance and retirement fund. There it is, right there. Universal health care for everybody. This is the other thing I don't understand as well, is I've been paying for my own health insurance, and I used to work with someone who said they couldn't afford health insurance, which I called bullshit on. Because I can pay for my insurance just fine. Go through the marketplace if you want to. It sucks, but it'll help you, you know, it'll help you get off some money. Especially if you're not a sick person, if you don't get sick all the time. Just get the basic health care. I say that this, VA, SAG, and Crunchyroll are all evil scumbags. There's not even a lesser evil in these three. So here's the thing. Like, ultimately, in the end, these people, and I said it already, these people have made it so extreme that you're going to have one negative side or the other. because these people in the end are just scum. And again, as far as I'm concerned, what he's doing is probably actually hindering it, because now the fuckers over at Crunchyroll that are the top dogs, the whales and the groomers and the diddlers over there, or who are protected at least, they're probably now pissed off at the LA people, because they're not going to want to give up their power. Why the hell? And if you have some LA union guy come in there and start taking over, he's going to be protected too by the by the unions. Notice how I believe he's never mentioned about what happens if you got fired, because I think it's really hard to get fired once you get unionized, and if you don't get work, you still get paid. The voice actor then pointed out that since America doesn't have, there it is, right there. America doesn't have universal health insurance, actors themselves must pay for the coverage, which can be expensive, and it often doesn't cover everything. Some workers can get it from their employers, which often means better, more affordable coverage, but that's not possible for performers. Then get a job that actually gives you coverage. And again, I don't know where these people keep saying that this healthcare is not affordable, because I can easily find like deals. I feel like these people literally just don't want to put in the work, or they're going to the wrong spot, or hint hint, they're in LA and LA sucks ass. We're freelancers, he detailed. We work for a lot of different employers in very short bursts, so it wouldn't make any financial sense for any of them to give us health and retirement benefits on their own. That's where SAG-AFTRA comes in. Except you can literally go to the bank and open up this sort of stuff. They have plans to do this. Roth IRAs. Do these people not know Roth IRAs? You can literally go to a person that will help you set up a Roth IRA, and you tell them all of your finances, what you do and stuff, and they will tell you the best course of option. And then you literally just let it sit there and accumulate. You don't touch it, because then you have to pay off taxes. And then once everything does, the accountant will take his percentage, and then there you go. By collecting a small percentage on top of our fee. Your fee? Why should you guys have a fee? For what? For every job we work on, SAG-AFTRA funds a phenomenal health plan that's very affordable for qualifying members, as well as a retirement plan, he told his followers. These are huge reasons for actors to work union. I want to know for the union, Roth IRAs. Yep, there's IRAs and then Roth IRAs. I mean, if you're one of faith, look up. Oh crap! What's the guy's name? Gordon. No, Dave Ramsey. I was gonna say Gordon Ramsay. Look up Dave Ramsey's. He gives advice to people all the time. LA, from what I've seen from video documents, is a sad dystopian mess. Of course, yeah, it sucks. To me, LA is like that of Chicago. And I'm originally from Illinois. Nothing good ever comes from there. I could probably go on for days about this. Translation, I could probably just repeat the echo chamber to explain why unions are sweet. Now, keep in mind, if someone just came up to me and said, I want you to be in part of the union, of course I would be like, fuck yeah, I'll go in. I mean, I'm not going to lie here. But overall, they're, that's a whole nother rabbit hole, like the private sectors and all that bullshit. But Well, those are the big bullet points I wanted to cover. It's always the same bullet points. For those unfamiliar, uncertain about the benefits of unionization that wouldn't fit in this video. And the video's up there. I'm not going to watch it because I've already watched it, and it just makes me laugh. Speaking on the situation to Kotaku later that same day, McCarley further claimed that he was not even approached by Crunchyroll with an offer to reprise his role on Mob Psycho's 100's third season. Okay, so it was okay. Earlier didn't say what season it was, but I thought it was the third season. The only time I went to Chicago was to see a Bulls game. That's good enough for me. You're not missing much. I thought it was odd that they'd wait so long to ask me about that, given the season was announced in January, I think it was. The voice actor told Kotaku's Isaiah Colbert. And in the Funimation side of the company, pre-merger had already replaced me in the Nexus. Oh, dang it. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. See, that's why in the end, as far as I'm concerned, with actors in general, union or not union, you're all expendable. How many times have we heard people be difficult to work with, so they nix them? So many times. Again, what makes you guys so fucking special? And again, this is the first time I've ever heard of this guy. I thought it was odd that they wait so long. And then the blah, 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 and the Scarlet Nexus anime last year, when I refused to work on that project non-union. Oh, then you got replaced. Fuck you. That's the name of the game. Deal with it. You're literally going into a right of work state and saying, I demand to be paid union scale, when Texas is a right to work state and have no obligation to listen to your ass. But then again, this is funny Crunchyroll we're talking about. So, the powers that be in said clown circle guarantee you don't want you people. You want to know the voice actors I used to hang out with before they were fucking scumbag, two-faced assholes? You want to know how many times I've heard actors bitch about other actors, specifically LA actors and Dallas actors? All the fucking time. They hate each other. So in the wake of his Scarlet Nexus firing, McCarley said that a good portion of Mob Psycho 100 cast and I had a Zoom call that night to talk about it, which was when the idea of offering to do this job non-union in exchange for a meeting with SAG after representatives were pitched. Oh, bunch of brown shirts got together, huh? After spending some time fleshing out his proposal, wasn't Crunchy a fan streaming website at first? It was. See, that's the other thing. They're going to just completely forget about that. The origins of everything. This is what these people do. They rewrite history every fucking time and make it seem like they're, God's answer to the dystopian voiceover world. But they hate God, so. After spending some time fleshing out his proposal, the voice actor sent it over to SAG after voiceover department head Trislin Williams for a preliminary lookover, who in turn assured him that such an agreement was not out of the realm of possibility. This is our idea. What do you think? Well, it's possible they could accept it. However, after the Mob Psycho 100 cast heard nothing by the first day in their original availability window to start recording, Kotaku reports that McCarley emailed this dude, the president of Crunchyroll, and CC'd the company's chief content officer, chief police officer, or people officer, chief operating officer, as well as the head of production to request a meeting on the subject. Unfortunately for McCarley, on the morning of the 20th, Crunchyroll head of production, Justin Cook, reportedly replied by informing him, oh, dude, Justin Cook, he was pretty nice. I haven't fully met him. I met him like from afar. I've heard he's a nice dude. Reportedly replied by informing him that Crunchyroll would not be agreeing to any of the proposed terms. I could speculate about why they've taken this stance, but it would be speculation. It's not going to stop you from woeing on Twitter. McCarley concluded his interview with Kotaku. I don't know why they are so firmly anti-union that they won't even agree to have a conversation about it, because they've had this conversation before. He's feigning ignorance here. These fuckers have had this conversation so many times, and he's acting like, well, I don't understand why. It was a Coda. Coda was exactly this talk right here. It was happening way before, and now it's the other conversation again. I felt like it was a pretty reasonable request, but you'd have to ask them why they appear to disagree. Because you're literally trying to use your SAG-AFTRA status to bully people into giving what you want. When reached for comments the situation by the video game-centric news outlet, a representative from Crunchyroll confirmed, we will be producing the English dub of Mob Psycho 100 at our Dallas production studios, and to accomplish this seamless per our production and casting guidelines, we will need to recast some roles. This guy is full of contradiction. It's not about the money, but it's not about the money, but it is. I'm upset, but it's for my fellow workers. We're excited for fans to enjoy the new voice talent and greatly thank any departing cast for their contributions to previous sessions, the rep concluded. Oh, there's a giant middle finger. This why the sub is superior. Unsurprisingly, the sudden recasting announcement was met with massive pushback from within the industry, particularly McCarley's fellow voice actors, probably fellow union voice actors. So this is a really brave and difficult stance for an actor to take that opens us up to lost jobs, but so important for fair treatment and protections and better future conditions, said Sarah Cravens, the child emperor in One Punch Man. I applaud Kyle McCarley and encourage everyone to get loud so Crunchyroll and all companies value the work we do. They do. They paid you for it. They paid you for it. And you said, I didn't like that. Let's negotiate. Or you didn't even... This, again, I don't get this. This guy is making this... Sounds like he's making the statement that he negotiated for the first 2 seasons. Now, all of a sudden, it's a fucking problem. I don't get what the... Like, I do not get this at all. I don't know if I just missed something or if I just let it go in one ear and out the other because this is so fucking stupid. My dress up darling, voice actor Risa May... Sejuna Inui in the series proclaimed, I'm here to take solidarity in this and stand with Kyle McCarley. Fellow actors, please do not take any recast auditions for Mob Psycho 100, she urged. We'll need to stand in this together. Oh! What? Oh! Really? What would happen? What if I was in the industry and I saw this happening? You want to know what I would do? I would have given you a giant middle finger and auditioned. If I can't voice it, no one can? Wow. To fans of the show and these actors, your voice has a lot of clout, declared Bob Bergen. And then they couldn't even... That's funny. Blade in Tekkamon Blade, and then Porky Pig in Looney Tunes. Couldn't find any other anime characters this guy voiced. Let Crunchy know how you feel. To voice actors everywhere, this is not how you want to break into the business. Oh, really? Hey, this could be my opportunity to break into the business by voicing over this very successful anime show. No, don't do it. Why? Oh, because the original voice actors are trying to make a point. Wow, stay away from this recast. Respect from your fellow performers is priceless, and karma's a bitch. Dude, Bob. Making threats, are we? You little fucking bitch. What's karma's a bitch? Found out that you got replaced? You're gonna spread some bad words behind the scenes to make sure that said actor or whoever doesn't work with you guys again? Wow. I don't think it's your place there, Bob. What a douche. Chris Hackney lamented, the only thing I'll say on this is to those who are frustrated by the situation, which I guarantee you a lot of people, like, the only people frustrated are the union people, once again being told that we're not doing this on a union scale. Fuck off. Though made sure to explicitly request the upset fans, do not direct your ire towards any actor or directors involved with this. That's funny. Do not direct your ire toward any actor or director involved in this. Stay away from this recast. Respect your fellow performance in the fellow performers is priceless. I'm getting mixed signals. I'm getting mixed signals. Caramel sounds delicious right now. Karma's and Anvil catapulted into that fancy car of theirs. The only thing, okay, so Chris Hackney. Do not pit worker/actor against worker/actor. He would reiterate in the follow-up, as they are all just trying to do what they love. But Bob said we're not supposed to. And that other bitch said the same thing. They said voice actors who will probably get the audition from their agents are demanding that you don't audition for it. Look at how condescending these people are. Look how much their extremity is taking everything. You have people saying refuse to audition for the recast, and then other people going, please don't get mad at the actors. Also appears, I guess, the ADR director Chris Carson has also been let go, though it is presently unknown whether his exit was a result of the same SAG-AFTRA dispute. It was my pleasure to have served as the ADR director for both seasons 1 and 2 of the show, though I'll no longer be involved in the capacity. It remains one of my favorite titles, blah, 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 blah. And that's the end of that. Yeah. I'll summarize it by saying fuck the circus, whether it's LA or the Dallas crew. And I will not feel bad at all when the circus comes burning down. As far as I'm concerned, the entire weed should be burnt up and ripped out and replaced. Union and non-union alike. All right, so that's been the whole shtick, and know there was other like new stuff that's came out, and it's the same old garbage. So pretty funny on how you have the power hungry non-union people probably are pissed off at now these union actors demanding that they get union paid. So I mean, for us, excuse me, damn. For us, it's just great to see it on the sidelines. So funny. Just I've said it before, it's a dog-eat-dog situation here. All right, so that was something that I thought was pretty funny. I think I saw something else in here that I wanted to look over. Oh, yeah, here we go. So the James Bond franchise producer says future films will further explore super spy's emotional side. Bond is evolving just as men are evolving. Well, these men are evolving into gigantic pussies, which aren't men, by the way. My favorite James Bond movie is GoldenEye, and Natalia said it best in the movie. How can you be so cold? James responds by saying, "It's what keeps me alive," and she says, "No, it's what keeps you alone." They praise GoldenEye for bringing back the darkness of James Bond. Some people, if I remember reading somewhere, some people even said GoldenEye saved James Bond for what it was becoming. It reset everything back the way it should have been. A secret agent who has to do all these tasks and probably can never have a relationship because then said person will be the target. All right, let's see what they have to say about this. According to the half sibling production team currently at the helm of the James Bond franchise, the focus placed on the iconic British super spy's more emotional and vulnerable sides in his last outing, No Time to Die. I was on vacation and my dad and I started to watch it. He fell asleep and I said no because it was starting to get so fucking stupid. Was less a one-off look into a seldom seen aspect of the character and more a preview of the franchise's future to come. Barbara Broccoli. Is that really her name? Broccoli? Broccoli. Broccoli. Please tell me it's pronounced broccoli. That's awful if your last name's Broccoli. And Michael G. Wilson, who have served as the overseers of the cinematic incarnation. Gosh, I can't talk tonight. Of Ian Fleming's fictional MI6 agent ever since their shared father and co-founding franchise producer Albert R. Cubby Broccoli, I'll just say Broccoli, passed in 1996, spoke to their vision of Bond's future during a recent interview with Variety. Look at that. See? GoldenEye right there. Asked by the entertainment trade news outlet if they had yet to make any progress on finding Daniel Craig's successor for the franchise's eponymous role, or eponymous role. They use that word in the other. Looks like someone had found a new word of the day. The pair began by briefly touching upon the potential casting of Idris Elba, noting that while they loved the Hobbs and Shaw star as an actor, they understood that accepting the job was a daunting commitment for any actor. This dude, not only Barbara is made of E. coli. Not only will the next James Bond be a black dude, but he'll also be super sensitive. Oh my gosh. The thing is, it's going to be a couple of years off. And when we cast Bond, it's a 10 to 12 year commitment. So he's probably thinking, do I really want that thing? Not everybody wants to do that. It was hard enough getting Daniel Craig to do it. And he was in his early 30s at the time, added Wilson. Oh, yeah, that was insane. Forgot about that. The brother-sister duo then admitted that only does the process of rolling out of a new Bond require a phenomenal level of dedication from whichever actor is lucky enough to land the role, but that it's also a big investment for us too, as it's not just about casting an actor for a film, it's about a reinvention. Well, the reinvention of making him into an insufferable pussy is not the direction you should be going. We have to ask ourselves, where are we taking it? Explained Broccoli. What do we want to do with the character? And then once we figure that out, who's the right person for that particular reinvention? Well, apparently you guys are wanting a simp. However, it seems this next incarnation of Bond, I keep saying incarnation. Incarnation of Bond will be far more a complete reinvention of the character, or will be far from. Damn my dyslexia. As Variety writers that Broccoli confirmed to them that the humanizing of the once womanizing spy, which pretty much what made James Bond who he is, and the ensuring of more fulfilling media roles for the female stars of the franchise. There it is right there. There it is. We have to make Bond this way so that we can bring up that woman power. Done during her and her brother's handling of the franchise will continue in the next films. There it is. That's what they want. Look at us. We support equality. It's an evolution, asserted Broccoli, who, in addition to serving as a James Bond producer, is also the current director of the UK chapter of Time's Up. Bond is evolving just as men are evolving. I don't know who's evolving at a faster pace. Well, evolving would mean that it's becoming something of greater than what it previously is. See, what you're doing is actually regressing. You're de-evolving Bond. I vote the sister. Makes me wonder who wears the pants of these siblings. Oh, okay. Craig cracked Bond open emotionally, she said. Bullshit. I thought Pierce Brosnan. I thought he was a damn good Bond. People said he wasn't going to be good, and then he blew it out of the water. The films over his tenure were the first time we really connected the emotional arc. Bullshit. We had we hyped up the equality in the video, so that means that it was a super emotional arc that really took off. Oh, that was the end of it. So, yeah, I got to tone down James Bond because of toxic masculinity and all that bullshit. And oh my gosh, Hollywood really hates their industry. They really do hate everything. It's amazing. So there you go. There's that. Pretty funny. Yeah, I stopped watching James Bond after. I mean, I never was a big James Bond person, but after Quantum Solace, I think, I stopped giving a crap. Let's see. What else do we have in here? Rotten Tomatoes approved critic John Rocha deletes racist tweet claiming white people shouldn't review Andor without a guest who is Latino or has immigrant experience. Oh, you're a huge dude. He looks like Chris Rager, and both their faces look like cunts. So that's pretty funny. I mean, all this just looks so pathetic. What's this? HBO Max removes cigarettes and cigars from classic movie posters on its streaming platform. Dude, come on. They hate themselves so much. Why is it they haven't Minecrafted themselves? Because that power, dude. That power of looking good in the social spotlight or the actual physical power, the actual financial power, the actual producing power. It's all about power, dude. There was a time when seeing tobacco products on movie posters was normal, but not any longer. Even if those were the let me just there's a Penny Blood YouTube channel. They put up interviews involving the game. That's pretty dope. There was a time when seeing tobacco products on movie posters was normal, but not any longer. They've come from the cigars, cigarettes, and cigarillos, even if those were there virtually forever. HBO Max isn't the first corporate entity to crack down on displays of tobacco in their films and accompanying imagery, but they've joined a crusade akin to Ray Bradbury's dystopian novel Fahrenheit 451. Subscribers like Pete Salisbury Noticed lately the streaming platform is scrubbing cigarettes from old posters for westerns starring Warren Beatty and Paul Newman. Dude, no, not the westerns. Are you kidding me? They're just making retarded hand signs. Ugh, what are they, the Pope? Oh my gosh. Why? The social media user tweeted standard and altered versions of posters for McCabe and Miss Miller and the Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean with the comment, "No smoking." Twitter users report HBO Max removed Warren Beatty and Paul Newman cigars from movie posters art used on its homepage. Hollywood always takes something and turn it into an unwatchable garbage for the sake of equality or diversity BS instead of creating stuff theirself. Makes me not interested in new movies now. Oh yeah, Hollywood has gone down the shitter. They're unoriginal. If I had to prefer over a cigarette, cigar, or a weed joint, I'd take the tobacco. Dude, cigars are awesome. So, a writer of Vulture shared more examples he found on cigarettes being emitted digitally from a poster for the 1970s Kirk Douglas adventure, There Was a Crooked Man, and from a still from Hong Kong director Wong Kar-wai's 1995 film Fallen Angels. The writer labeled it a bizarre side by side to be held in his Twitter thread. He also found there is this occasional exception, providing a few examples to back his claim, indicating there doesn't seem to be a ton of rhyme or reason to it. So you've got other action posters. They list HBO Max has yet to respond to outreach for comments, so everybody's left wondering why they'd be so picky and choosy about the posters. They erase tobacco and smoking from when there is smoking on top of bloody violence and hard drug use in many films they have even in their library. Yeah, thank you for smoking. That's actually a good movie. All right. Well, there's some fun stuff for there. Let's see what old niche gamer has. Oh yeah, we got the Splinter Cell. That's been a big hoopla happening from some of the people I follow. Splinter Cell remake to update story for a modern day audience. Now, I am not familiar with. I never got into Splinter Cell, but apparently they're making a modern version of it. Meanwhile, Japan is a massive smokestack. We finally got some tidbits on the previously announced Splinter Cell remake. As prior, there were a few details given outside of the game using their new Snowdrop engine. While the Snowdrop engine will also be used for upcoming titles such as Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, and their own Star Wars game, a new job listing from Ubisoft might hint at some of the changes coming for the game compared to that of its original. The company is hiring for a script writer for the game. Uh-oh, that's not good. Which has all the usual when it comes to a hiring page. However, when looking closer, there's a tiny note that confirms a big change for the remake. One part states they are looking to use the first Splinter Cell as a foundation as they are rewriting and updating the story for a modern day audience. Oh no. Oh no. And of course, they're probably going to grab the first blue hair that they see. Though at the same time, they wish to keep the spirit and themes of the original game. Bullshit. Impossible. Spirit and theme of the original games does not coincide with a modern day audience. They hate all the stuff that made it successful. To them, it's some grave injustice that needs to be rectified and fixed. This is impossible. They're just using the Splinter Cell franchise. They always do it. And these people don't seem to understand that The franchise is not going to save it from the bullshit that is woke ideology. These retards think it will, but it doesn't. I heard that before. The upcoming Splinter Cell remake is the only current project Ubisoft has in the works for the franchise, which would be the first mainline release in a decade. They had been working on a VR game for the series, but recently canceled it alongside Ghost Recon Frontline. A couple of years back, they had also announced plans for an anime of the series. With John Rick writer Derek Kolstad, though few details had been given since its initial announcement, other than a small amount in 2021. All right, let's see if VGC has any more info on that. Oh yeah, that GTA 6 hack is hilarious. Everyone losing their minds. No, Detective Pikachu 2 is nearing release, according to a developer's LinkedIn. That's funny. I want to see that one. Let's see. Trying to see if let's see. Splinter Cell. If I can type, it'd be fantastic. Oh, come on. All right, so they do have that. I'll share this. All right, let's see if we find any other information. As spotted by PSU, currently looking to recruit a scriptwriter to update the original game story for a modern day audience. Officially confirmed last December that it was working on a remake of Splinter Cell. It was said, okay, we know it's being rebuilt with the Snowdrop engine, which also powers the Division, is being used to build Avatar. Okay, we already know that. Splinter Cell's story centers around protagonist Sam Fisher, a Black Ops agent of the U.S. National Security Agency's secret arm, 3rd Echelon. Fisher's undercover work sees him tasked with helping maintain world order as cyber terrorism and international tensions threaten to explode into a new world order. Using the first Splinter Cell game as our foundation, we are rewriting and updating the story for a modern day audience. We want to keep the spirit and themes of the original game while exploring our characters and the world to make them more authentic and believable. Uh-oh. More authentic and believable, which means that it's probably not going to turn out that way. As a scriptwriter, you will join the narrative team and help create a cohesive and compelling narrative experience for a new audition of Splinter Cell fans. Dude, anybody who has any experience in the video game field, we just need to get a bunch of base people just auditioning to this and just stop whatever bullshit they try to insert. That'd be hilarious. Just flood it with a bunch of base people. Think it's World War, not World Order. Close but no cigar. Can I not read? It's my autism getting in the way. New World War. It is. I just assumed World Order, which also falls into place as well. Development sources told us that the title had been put into production as a means of winning back fan frustration. Frustrated. I can tell you right now, if you go woke, fans are going to be even more pissed. So, although we're still in the very early stages of development, what we're trying to do is make sure the spirit of the early games remain intact in all of the ways that gave early Splinter Cell its identity. I can tell you what made probably gave Splinter Cell its identity. Guarantee you there wasn't any woke shit in it. There's number one idea for you. So as we're building it from the ground up, we're going to update it visually as well as some of the design elements to match player comfort and expectations. And we are going to keep it linear like the original games, not make it open world. Nice. I always like my linear games. Example, Saints Row 2022. All right. Here, I want to check out this Detective Pikachu. So apparently Detective Pikachu is nearing release according to a developer's LinkedIn. It's the smooth globe that's affecting your thinking. No, it's definitely the autism. Detective Pikachu could be set for release in the near future. Well, we just read that. We're just reiterating the same thing. As spotted by a FamiBoards user, an entry on the LinkedIn page for Jonathan Murphy, a senior game programmer at Creators Incorporated, states that he has been working on one unannounced project and one nearing release, Detective Pikachu 2. Oh, I thought this was going to be based on the movie. I thought this was the movie, like a sequel to it. The game, which the Pokemon Company has barely discussed since announcing it several years ago, has no official release date. Keep telling yourself that, denier. I don't need to tell myself that. I know it. The last fans heard about the game was when VGC reported on a job ad for Creators Inc. in February. In the ad, it referred to as KT revealed that he was working on the sequel to Detective Pikachu, programming the drawing area while also creating a system in the environmental development office that will serve as the foundation for future game productions in general. Oh. Rumors of a sequel to the successful... Oh, here we go. Oh, it was dampened. That's gay. Rumors of a sequel to the successful Detective Pikachu film, however, were recently dampened by one of the stars of the original movie. Justice Smith told Inverse that as much as he'd like to be involved in a Detective Pikachu 2, he doesn't think it will happen. Creatures Incorporated, dumbass. What, did I say it again? Did I say it? Creatures Inc. Well, Incorporated. Well, in any case. Well, that dampened my mood of a sequel to the movie. Anywho, back to Niche Gamer. You know, Kunai 1 and 2 are coming to Xbox consoles. Uh-oh, 23 Wii U eShop must have games you should get before it closes. You said Creators. Oh, did I? Whatever. Creatures. Oh, yeah, I wanted to check this out. Zoria and the Cursed Land lets you play as a sexy orc girl. I can't imagine why I was caught by that. If you're looking for a game with sexy orcs in it, then look no further than Zoria and the Cursed Land, where you become said sexy orc. Currently, the game is not officially out yet, but those interested can try out the demo on Steam or itch.io. If you enjoy it, then we recommend checking out developer at all Phenom's Twitter for updates on the game's upcoming release. Zoria and the Cursed Land is a Metroidvania where you play as Zoria Dune, a half-orc, half-human hybrid. She'll find herself on an adventure when she gets trapped on a mysterious island, losing her friends in the process. Now she'll have to search for them and find out the mysteries of the strange island. And here's said trailer. Literally like Legend of Zelda. Dang, she has like solid six-pack there. I don't mind muscular anime babes. I don't mind it. Alright, well, pause that. Pause. There we go. Oh my gosh. So here's a rundown. You play as Zoria, eager to explore the world. You end up trapped in this mysterious island covered by a dense fog filled with strange monsters. Without your friends, Chocolo and Horgos, I'm assuming. Confused, you start walking around trying to find your friends with no clear direction. Take your time exploring the ruins, forests, and caves looking for your lost friends. Once you reach the town, you'll start the real adventure. So, fully explorable island filled with caves, ruins, and more. Combat mechanics that feel good, unique NPCs, no random NPCs around. Okay. Everyone has its own name, story, etc., but they may not tell you yet. A lot of tools to progress the story and defeat enemies. Full set of rings with effects you can unlock. Map of the game that unlocks as you progress. Upgrade system for weapon and tools. Side quests for NPCs with their own side story. Pretty cool. Kind of gave off that Shovel Knight look. I feel like a lot of the indie games are really capitalizing that look. I wish there was more that would like have to do with actual sprites and stuff. But I'm sure that takes a while to make. Uh-oh. Dark Souls 3 PC servers are down again. There's a Dragon Quest Treasures, in case if anybody's a Dragon Quest fan. So Square Enix has shared a new overview trailer for Dragon Quest Treasures. Here's the new trailer. Sure. 4 minutes. Probably get a copyright strike, because that's just how Nintendo be.
この世に二人っきりの兄弟カミュとマヤ兄貴起きてるし前みたいにこっそり抜け出してお宝探しの冒険に出ようこれはそんな二人が大切なものを見つけるまでの物語あるよ出会った不思議な精霊に導かれ二人のお宝探しが始まる
I don't even know if he has Dark Souls. That'd be the first step is him getting Dark Souls.
迷い込んだ異世界はモンスターが闊歩する果てしなき竜の大地
You're just going around finding treasures?
仲間にしたモンスターと共にお宝求めて広大な世界を縦横無尽に走り回る仲間モンスターと協力するとバトルはもちろん一人では行けない場所にもハイジャンプ
ハイジャンプ
滑空が漁ることが
Alright. I've lost interest. Well, but if people think that's pretty cool, check it out. That was pretty much all the stuff I kind of saw that caught my eye. Nothing new on anything else, really. What do we got over on Nichiban? Lupin the Third versus Cat's Eye anime crossover film announced. Yeah. Well, I think we'll go ahead and call it then. So pretty funny stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I'll check out that Penny Blood YouTube channel. But yeah, like and subscribe, turn on notifications to know when I go live. The lolly must stay. Thank you, Studio Trigger. Yeah. Whatever. But yes, I'll catch you guys later. I might do some gaming. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do Earthworm Jim 2 since I also have that game that's on the backlog. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a good rest of your night. Take care. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.